this large building with pillars in front of it, and it says in big bold letters. It says library right above the entrance. Roll. But wouldn't no, the text back then and the text now would be
That's
different.
why I asked, can I read it?
No. You can't read it. And she points and she says, that's the library right there.
What are those strange markings?
They're block letters spelling out library.
I cannot read your form of writing.
She just lets out a deep sigh.
I just need to know how to get home.
Well, I doubt you're going to find anything in the library.
This is where knowledge is held. Where I come from, that is the greatest source.
I can't guarantee what you need is in here, but I'll give you a good shot at least.
Does no one study magic anymore?
Rumors of magic stopped hundreds of years ago. It's supposed to have been blades clashing and guns.
Where do you hold the Elder Scrolls? Yes, baby. You're tired reading that. I see it in your face.
Yeah. She looks at you quizzingly. Elder Scrolls? I've never heard of such thing.
They are objects that seem to have been and always have been. I know very few things powerful enough to hurl someone through time.
You know, this is starting to sound very familiar to a game my husband plays. Heh. Indeed, father. Fight me. This was my plan all along.
Really?
Indeed.
Next thing you know, he's going to have me meet my character.
I mean, it's in modern times, right? They have games of olden times in modern times. So it's not entirely impossible you'd see your world through a video game. It's just how your character reacts to said video game.
What is
just don't try
video game?
It's a form of entertainment we have. We plug in a console into the TV, and it, as my husband puts it, it leads to a gateway of another world.
Gateway.
That's what he said. I don't know.
Could you show this to me?
Yeah, I guess.
Perhaps that is the way home.
I doubt it, but doesn't hurt, I guess. And she leads you back home, the same way the same route she led before. She leads you to...
Two rights, a left and a right, because you said left to right, yeah.
She leads you to what you see to be a metal box that leads nowhere. And she walks in and she's like, come on in. We gotta go up.
I look at it, kind of stick my head in and examine it.
I guess you don't know what an elevator is, do you?
No, we have these in my world. I just don't trust them often. I step inside cautiously.
Most people don't, she says as she presses the 4th floor. And the doors close, and you feel pressure push you down as the elevator begins rising. Soon enough, you hear a ding, and the doors open again. She walks out, and she waves at you to follow her.
And I'm following.
She walks down to room 452 and unlocks the door with her key. She walks in, and first thing you see is a man sitting on a couch with some sort of device in his hand, looking at other devices.
I'm studying him.
He seems to be of no threat. He's just... It's almost like he's entranced by what he's currently looking at. He's wearing just a white t-shirt, I guess you want to know what a t-shirt is. But similar to what you're wearing, a white type of baggy clothing with shorts. And he doesn't seem to notice that you guys entered.
I'm still watching whatever it is he's doing.
As you start watching more intensely and entering, the woman says, "Oh, please forgive my husband. He's really a fanatic for his video games. Almost nothing breaks him out of his little trance when he gets locked into it." She says as she puts her purse down and walks over to her husband, slightly nudging on his shoulder.
I'm just watching because I don't know anything about any of this, and I'm just looking trying to get the portal home.
Can your character technically, or am I thinking of that's something the car would do? Be able to sense like the electricity running through the objects? Wouldn't that be something only the car would do? Due to him being a monk and all. Right?
The car can, yeah, because of...
I don't think Davros can.
No.
You look, and on the screen you see this figure dressed in the iron metal armor you're used to seeing with steel swords, wandering on a path in the woods.
I am interested, and I continue to watch.
As you continue watching, you see what seems to be similar to the bandits you just massacred earlier walk up on the dude, ready for a fight, and he quickly engages in the battle, slashing and hacking, and after a while his health falls, so you see him pull out his healing, and he starts magically healing himself until he's completely healed. As you see the red bar go from almost
I watch
nothing to
him,
full.
I look at her, and I go back to him.
She wanders to the kitchen, and you don't really notice her when she asks, "So, do you have a place to stay or any food to eat?"
What I require is different from you. And that is why I need to get home.
Okay, then. Would wine suffice?
No. I apologize.
Alright. Well, I don't know, I guess I'll just make some spaghetti and pork chops then for my husband. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I don't make spaghetti and pork chops.
You don't make spaghetti, but you make pork chops.
Oh, yeah.
But, you see him as he keeps fighting, and he's pulling one spell after another from what you're used to seeing from your world. Healing to fire, to ice, to lightning, as he massacres bandit by bandit. And when you take a closer inspection of the character seems to be an Argonian. But the character seems to be some form of Argonian. And after he's done mastering them, you see him loot them much similar to how you do yourself.
This is my world.
Excuse me?
This is my world.
Yeah, my husband says that a lot himself.
No. That is the world I come from.
Ah. Okay, then. I don't know what to say to that, she says. And eventually the husband breaks out of his trance and he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, who are you?" Damn it.
How do I get home?
He looks dumbfounded. What do you mean, home?
I take a couple steps forward, and as I do, I let my real self, my real clothes, come through. I come back, and I look at him and back at the screen. How do I get home?
He seems to ignore everything you say as you see his eyes light up. He's like, oh my god, you look just like these characters. Oh, that is so cool, dude. How'd you do that?
Up in anger. I will only ask once more.
And you even got the eyes down like a vampire.
I hold my hand out and I summon Dreadfang.
So you got bound sword too? He says as he pulls out the same weapon in his game.
You need help.
How?
Really?
What do you want from me, huh? This is fun for me. I need a break from all the me not having fun.
Yeah, because you get stressed when I start killing everybody. Like that's...
It was either this or a dragon, and I didn't feel like throwing a dragon at you.
I'd have taken the dragon!
You would have died.
Yeah, it did. You'd be amazed how creative I can be.
I'm not throwing a white dragon at you, bro. Nah. I'll do it later when you get back. Aha. I'm guessing you're not perplexed by him, the whole vampire thing he says with your eyes?
No. I'm growing less patient.
Again, I can't help you with anything. It's just a video game. You just happen to have a really good cosplay.
Cosplay.
Yeah, cosplay. People dress up as their favorite characters or dress up as what they like.
I am not dressed up as anyone other than myself.
Alright.
Take into consideration, bro, like, they literally just watched me shapeshift.
Well, yeah, but he's like a gaming fanatic, though.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, he saw you shapeshift. Yes, don't get me wrong, he's scared about it. But his joy of seeing what he's played for so long finally in front of him. He's kind of like, he's scared, but he's sort of overcome with joy at the same time. And the woman, she just started dealing with it because she was too tired to...
The cats.
And the woman just started dealing with it because she was too tired. She's like, fine. Gotta go work tomorrow.
I need to know how to get home.
I can't help you with that. But you sound like Serena. Does your character know that name? Or no?
Yes.
But you sound just like Serena.
I know of her.
A lot of people do if they know the Dawn Guard.
They still exist?
Well, no.
You make no sense.
It's only in the video game they exist.
You speak of video game again. I've dealt with the Dawn Guard several times.
If you tend to choose to be a vampire, that's what happens. They come hunting you down.
I did not choose to be. This was forced upon me.
Well, if you're a vampire, in general, no matter the means, they don't care and they will hunt you down continuously.
I'm aware.
It's not fun at all. Died too many times.
I need to know how to get home.
And again, I can't help you with that. I don't know how you got here, so I don't know how you
I
get
was
home.
hurled through a portal. Black ink grabbed me as I tried to free myself. I was swallowed whole and I ended up here.
That sounds almost similar to a Daedric prince. His name eludes me at this time, but...
Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah, that's his name. That sounds like much what he does. Just get kicks out of it. Because he did that to a Dragonborn, actually. And now the Dragonborn just kind of sits around in his own dimensional plane. And he looks at you, just not knowing what else to say.
I will not be stuck here. I will not be stranded.
Hey, listen, I'd help if I could, but I don't know how to help in this situation.
I'm gonna try and contact Melcath.
Okay. Who's that?
He's the Daedric prince that actually makes vampires.
Oh, so all vampires are just linked to him?
And the first vampire was made from him. Just like the first were creature was made from her scene.
Roll.
Nope.
You can feel a link to him, but it's too weak to actually form a proper calling connection with.
I'm going to feed.
Excuse me?
I'm going to feed.
Okay, my wife's making dinner, so if you want some of that.
I'm debating on killing these people.
What are they doing to you?
They are of no help to me.
Well, this dude could be one. He's literally playing your world.
Well, he can't tell me how to get home. What good is he? And honestly, he's agitating the hell out of me.
Why?
He just seems dumb and useless.
He's dumbfounded over what you are. Because he finds it cool. He looks at you and he's like, well, the only two things I know that could possibly bring someone back is either Maes Mora himself brings you back, or you somehow find an Elder Scroll to assist you with that.
Where would I find one in this world?
I don't know if they exist in this world.
I exist in this world.
True, very true. So there's a good possibility they exist in this world. But I don't know where they would be. Most, and he puts in quotations, magical stuff nowadays is strewn all about the world, but you won't really find
Most
much.
people would lock away such things. Artifacts.
True, like in museums.
What is a museum?
A museum is where people...
I know what a museum is. Direct me to the closest one.
He pulls out a block, and you see him start typing in it. You hear sounds whenever he presses his thumb down, and he pulls up a map showing the closest museum, which is about 20 miles away.
You will assist me to get to this museum.
He looks at the time on his phone, and he asks, can we do this tomorrow? It's getting pretty late.
The sun should be approaching. Seems it is early to me.
Well, to me it's late, because I get to sleep during the day.
At one point, so did I.
You had a nut job too?
His stupidity dumbfounds me. his stupidity just straight. You had a night job too?
Well, you said you got to sleep during the day. And normally when people sleep during the day, they have a night job.
Or, since I literally just revealed that I'm a vampire to you.
Well, yeah. But he thinks that portion of you is for cosplay, because again, he's dumb.
If you're that dumb, that someone actually using magic in front of you.
Fair enough. But he wasn't thinking about what he was saying at the moment. He entirely forgot the fact that you were a vampire.
I gotta clean out those the cat litter.
But yeah, in that moment, he forgot you were a vampire when he said those.
See, that's why it's attracting the flies.
Yeah. And he's like, so I'm guessing I'm not gonna get to go to sleep.
When does it open?
Should open around 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Should be sometime around that.
That is when we will go.
Like,
Where
is
may
there
I rest?
You can rest on the couch for now. It's the only other place we have to stay.
I go and I sleep. I lay on the couch.
Okay. But isn't there a whole thing with vampires not being able to go in sunlight? Or I'm assuming you follow their rules where you're just weakened in sunlight.
It is of no consequence.
As long as you're not turning the moon to blood or anything, I guess I'll be fine.
Moon to blood.
Yeah, you didn't hear about the vampiric prophecy? Prophecy, he puts in quotations.
Really?
But you say you're from Tamriel, yet you don't know the vampiric prophecy?
I know of what you said. 14.
Just barely.
I know of what you speak.
Okay then. As long as you're not doing that to our son, he'll be good. And he's like, and he asks, well, let me just save my game first and then I'll go to bed. As he picks up his controller and saves. And he shuts it down, shuts everything down. He's like, I doubt you're going to sleep now, so if you want to play my game, feel free. If you want to read,
No, I go
or
to sleep.
anything. Oh, okay. Well, good night. And he heads off to bed.
Is that what we're going to call it?
He.
Okay.
How
So-
will Davros handle being in a new world? How will he handle the not so fashionable ways of his old ways?
I'm going to start murdering people.
Don't do that. People don't do anything to you.
To make myself stronger, to make the link stronger, I would need blood. Blood comes from people. I murder people. I get the blood. I could talk to Malakath. I go home.
At least do that to like bad guys. Don't do that to random people.
Because I know what bad guy is in this day and age.
Well, your bad guy is defined by who attacks me. Who tries to rob me. It's New York. It happens a lot.
So, that's what we're going to call the game. I'm King Sway.
I'm Slayer Gaming, the DM.
He's the big old douche.
It's plot and it's fun. Let me have my fun.
And we'll see you next time on Fanfiction Gaming.
See ya.